Okay, so it's a Saturday morning, and today I've got scheduled squats. So just a bit of a warm up, 10 minutes of a jump rope, so 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, 100 and odd pull aparts of the band, so that's a lower and upper, set of calf raises, set of abs, so that's what I classify as a warm up. So the squatting. So I'm going to work up to, so this is the format I'm going to use for, all the sessions actually. Work up to a relatively heavy weight, then lower that weight and use it as part of the circuit with 3 elements to it. So the 3 elements in the circuit today will be clean and press, and bent over row. So after I finish doing the squat only portion, it's going to be clean and press, bent over row squat, clean and press, bent over row squat. 5 circuits like that. So I will actually time the circuit aspect. So I'm looking for at this moment in time, I'm looking for a 2-minute timer. Going forward, maybe that will reduce, but for the time being, just to get into it all, 2-minute timer. Okay, so I suppose really this is really is the beginning, because well, last session was overhead press. I've been doing plenty of overhead pressing, so that kettlebells, but it still counts as overhead pressing. So there's lots of overhead pressing, but this is very daunting now, because I know from previous experience that if you don't back squat for a protracted period of time, which is true in my case, ages, yeah. Okay. So if you don't back squat, then you very, very quickly lose the groove, and it's just a very difficult, awkward, I don't know, position to get into. So first problem is getting the bar on your back. So that tends to be quite difficult. The shoulders hurt, the wrists hurt, and then the second difficulty is getting down to depth. But I've got a belt on. So I'm just gonna do a couple of reps and then gradually get into it. So I'm not going to time any of this. I'm just going to do it all by feel. So I can't remember in going back as far as I can remember now, squats ever feeling good at the beginning. As you get into it, yeah, maybe, but at the beginning they all feel lousy to me. Probably my old knees though. I think my knees are not great. I've been working on knee mobility, quad stretches more than anything. Okay, I'm going to put 35 on. So this is for a set of 5. This will be awful. But obviously it's not so much the weight. It's just getting the positions. I suppose today it's very much a warts and all. A warts and all looking to cautionary tale about what happens when you don't do your squats for a long time. Obviously I've been doing a squat kettlebell squats. And I was doing them hard. I can't say that they felt easy. They didn't. They felt very hard. But it's just a very different movement. The kettlebell squats. The weight's a lot lighter. It's a very different position. Whereas these, this is sort of like the favourable position to move a lot of weight. The problem being then is that you've got to move a lot of weight. Okay, I said 5, didn't I? I'm going to get 5. Okay, it might take me about half an hour, but I'll do it. Don't know why, but well, I do. I think I do know. I think I know why. I think it's a skipping. So the last few days, I've been doing quite a bit of jump rope. So I've been using it as part of a warm-up sequence for every weight session. So that's every other day. And yesterday, I did a conditioning circuit. So lots of light stuff, but there's plenty of jump rope involved. So I'm going to guess that that's what's contributed to my knees. I'm not sure. Yeah, possible. But, I always find with the knee thing, it's sort of like when you get into the squatting, it goes away. But I've never really, in a long time, started squatting, and at the beginning the knees aren't complaining. So whether that's because of accumulated little bits of injury or whatever, I don't know. Or it might just be I need to do some mobility work, which I've very much neglected over a long period of time. Okay, so what's this one? This is 45, isn't it? So 45 for 5. Okay, starting to feel better. Definitely. Okay. So 55. So yeah, these puny weights, I think it's probably a good idea to use puny weights at this point. And I'm hoping that I'll have a nice long run now. Get back to strength. I mean, this game's like that. I don't know if you know the old trick where they sort of like stick with a plate on the top, and they spin the stick and the plate spins round, and then they put another plate on, and they keep them both spinning, and then 3, and then many plates. And the idea is, they can fill the stage with spinning plates and keep them all going. So I think there's an element of that in training. Unless you want to be a narrow specialist and only do a few movements, if you want to do lots and lots of different moves, which I tend to do, you know, for good or bad, then you find that you know, inevitably, you're having to reset the plates, so to speak, and start again on some of the moves. That's what's happening here. But I'm thinking that, you know, having done some form of squatting, it should come back pretty quick. So I'm not giving up on squatting altogether, just a different form. What's this, 55? Yeah, 55 on the bar is far easier than double 24 front squats on the kettlebells. So even though the kettlebell is 48 kilos and this is 55 kilos, the nature of the movement with the kettlebell is far easier. Okay, so I've got written down 57. Go on, go 57. Where the 1 1/4 is, I don't know. Could be anywhere. Let's have a look. Yeah, here it is. Here we go. Okay, so just 57. So I'm going to go 57 and a half, 67, 77, and that'll be it for today. Then I'll start the circuit. I'm struggling to hold the bar properly. Okay, so 67 and a half. Yeah, that's alright. So anything above 60, just to keep it standardised, I use these Technology plates. Now whether or not they're bang on 20 kilos, is not really the point. It's just using the same plates every time. So it doesn't vary. They're a good brand though, aren't they? Technogym, a well-known, expensive brand. So that's 67.5. Okay, same on the other side. Okay. So this will feel heavy to me, which is, I say it's all relative, you know. Heavy and light are relative to the lifter. Yeah. And what is heavy to the lifter at one point can become light. What is light to the lifter at one point can become heavy. So, you know, obviously, as I keep saying, I've neglected this back squatting for a while. Did the kettlebell front squat, so you know I need to establish the groove again. Okay, so these are all for fives. So let's have 5 reps. Okay, I've got my hand around the bar. Okay, top set for today, another 5 kilos. Oh, sorry, another 10 kilos. So that's it, 77 and a half and a colour. That's it. So this is the reintroduction of the squat, or the barbell squat. So tomorrow's tick that box after this set. Consider it reintroduced. I've got written down in my circuit 55 kilos, but I think I'm going to do 60. So I can't both take off the big plates. That tells you everything about me that you need to know. Catch my breath a bit more for this last one. This last one's slightly more of an effort, I suppose. So set of 5. So everything's sort of like very stiff. So I'm feeling that now. In terms of, you know, when the weight goes up, you feel it even more. So the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders, yeah, everything's out of whack. Everything needs sort of like moulding back into the position. But that wasn't bad, I think. As good as could be expected, I would imagine. So I'll leave 60 kilos on. So this is what comes now is, well, 5 circuits. So there'll be 5 sets of squats. So 5 sets of squats with 60 kilos at this point in time is no laughing matter. But for the time being, I'm just doing sets of 5. But eventually, in this circuit, all the elements will become sets of 10. But I'm working my way into it. So start off with 5s, and eventually these squats. So these sort of like the second half of the workout, the circuits, the squats will be sets of 10 eventually. Okay, so clean and press is the first item on the agenda. So clean and press, row. Let me set up somehow. It's got a nice 60 kilos on the row. These are for sets of 10. So 60 kilos is probably, you know, my default. I'm gonna have to move everything. Everything's in the way. This stupid thing. Getting some rest anyway. Okay, I can go over there. So on the clean and press, because it sets of 10, I think I'll drop down to a pair of 16s. So one of the reasons for changing the program that I was doing, you know, clean and press front squat with kettlebells, one of the reasons I've changed it is because it was a program based around very low weights and very low reps rather. So that necessitated heavy weights, and the heaviest I've got for kettlebells is a pair of 24s, and I was getting all the reps with clean and press on the 24s. So my thinking was, okay, either buy another pair of kettlebells, which I didn't fancy, seeing the price of the things these days, or set up a program where you got higher reps, so then I can use the smaller kettlebells. Okay, so clean and press row, that's what I said, didn't it? Okay, so here we go, 5 times through hopefully. Now I'm not sure about the belt. I'll try going through with the belt on, see what happens. Might be a bad move for it, I'm not sure. Might get in the way of these kettlebells. Everything seems a bit restricted over here. test the waters. Okay, but I've noticed that was hard, and I made it harder because one of these bells is an 18. So after the grits that. Okay, so hopefully this will be easier. That was hard. Okay. Not quite sure what you'll be able to see on the camera. Probably very little, but it's a 60 kilo bar for kettle, but for bent over row. Yeah, that was a bit easier. Okay, so back on the squat. Not sure. Does that work? Don't know. Yeah, I think so. So yeah, all this is on a 2-minute timer. So it's not too compressed. But again, as I get into it, you know, that's another variable that I can progress on. But for the time being, 2-minute timer, and the squats are just 5s. So eventually, the squats will become, everything will become 10s, eventually. And then I'll think about compressing the timer. So yeah, so even though these are light weights, all in all, you know, there'll be more than 10 sets of squats involved. So, first time out on barbell squats for a long time, straight into 10 sets. It's quite taxing, really. Okay. So, then from squats to clean and press, that's like from one lung buster to another. So 10 again. Hard, but see what happens. Maybe today I've got to drop down to 8s or 9s, we'll see. Just get used to it and improve next time. So I'm hoping this is going to be quite a long run. I'm thinking something like 3 months to get up to some big weights. So I've been to a row, 10 reps, hopefully. Should be alright. Should be doable. Yeah, I think more than likely I'll get 5 sets of 10 today on that, then I'll up the weight next time. I'm not over keen on wearing the belt or the clean and press, but it's not that bad. I think probably the belt is, yeah, it's good for the squatting, but then it restricts all your breathing, and this is quite cardio centered, this latter half, this circuit idea. But just laziness. I can't bother to, consistently take on and off the belt. If I had one of those lever things, maybe that would help. Might be a possible purchase one day. This one on its last knees, it's falling to bits. Okay, so another set of 5 on the squats. So I say all these sets, it's becoming it's making it. All the volume on the squats is making it a bit of a thing. It's not so easy, as I'm now quite unaccustomed to this particular movement. So hopefully, the previous block of kettlebell front squat means that I don't get massive soreness, but imagine I get some soreness. Soreness is not something that I chase at all. I don't think there's any correlation between doing lots of damage and hypertrophy. I don't believe in the the damage model of hypertrophy. I think it's all about mechanical tension, or mostly. So just some form of progressive overload. That's all you need. You don't have to wreck your muscles. Obviously, pretty much anything you do, there's probably going to be some degree of muscle damage involved, but it's not a necessity. Okay, another set of 10, hopefully. That feels very hard. So I'm used to doing sort of like sets of 1, 2, 3. That's what I've been doing for the last couple of months. Sets of 1, 2, 3. Odd 4. But, going up to 10. It feels like forever. The set just goes on and on. So far, this bent over row has been the only one that's been relatively easier. I'm getting a slight reprieve during this phase, during the row element, and it comes and bites me back on the squat. Yeah, fine with the rowing. Higher reps are better. Yeah, hold the position better. So this is the end of round 3 of 5. So a 2-minute timer. Yeah, I feel a little bit cooler than I should be, I think. But I don't like the restriction of wearing lots of clothes when you're sort of like swinging these kettlebells around, especially. So it's not so bad on the squatting and on the bent over row, but that kettlebell clean and press, when you when you got loads of clothing on, it gets in the way. Okay, 5, come on. Yeah, that's 3 or 5. Getting there. So yeah, it's circuit 15 sets, just about half an hour. Okay. I think I'm just going to go for 8. Give myself some leeway. No point in killing myself first time round. Ease into it. I think there's a lot of new stress today, so I don't need to push it 1000%. It's time for that. Okay, row, I think row will be okay for 10. But yeah, that clean and press, finding that quite heavy going. Yeah, on the breathing, and so leave a bit in the tank on that one. A bit of numbers next time. Okay, another sort of 10. It should be fairly easy, fairly. Okay. Yeah. I won't say it was easy, but it was definitely doable. Okay, so this is the end of circuit 4. before I started today, I had planned to do all these squats with a safety squat bar, but I thought, I'll risk it. Give me an excuse to use light weights, finding the position. I think it's gone alright actually. No, definitely no worse than I thought it would go. The worst case scenario was I would struggle to get any reps because I couldn't get the depth or keep the bar on my back. And I'm still struggling with that aspect, you know, I'm struggling to hold on to the bar. Yeah. Partly, you know, it's aggravating my wrists a little bit now, you know, as I'm getting deeper into the sets. So I got this issue with my wrist that's been bugging me for a while. And when I put plenty of stress on it, you know, I can feel it. But I'm going to go through now. So 5 reps. So, might be low quality, but as regards volume, it's a pretty hefty dose of squatting today. Plenty of sets. Let's say the intensity's not quite there. Okay, let's get another 8 on this clean and press. I'll do for today. Cutting myself a bit of slack, but I'll beat it next time. No excuses next time. Get at least 9s. Okay, last set of rows at 10. Got no doubt that 10 will go. Obviously, you know, the more sets you do, the harder they become. But I'm still pretty sure that I can get 10 with this one, so next time the weight goes up. tomorrow, so in my grand scheme of things, tomorrow, because today was a leg focus, squats, so I'll take it for squats, you know, if it's deadlift day, same thing. So the next day, I will run. Oh, 10, yeah, good stuff. So, I'm holding the running in the mix, but it's not a big thing now. So, when you think about it, I'm doing the barbells every other day. So that comes down to 7 times a fortnight, isn't it? So I'm only running on the days after the squats and deadlifts. So that's a frequency of 3.5 times per fortnight. So that's not a great deal of running. So what I'm also doing, so after upper body training, so that's going to be overhead press and bench press, then the next day I'm going to do conditioning circuits with an upper body focus, so stuff like punch bag, burpees, snatches. I mean, okay, they're not lower body or upper body, but at least they're not pure lower body. Maces and clubs. So light stuff, light and fast. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, that sort of thing. Okay, so we're on 5 reps on this. This is it. This is the end. This is the last one. That's it. Okay, let's do it. Let's finish. That's it. Okay. That's it, finish. So, programming. So I'm taking this, well, this week to be the first steps on a program that I'm going to run for 3 or 4, you know, between 3 and 4 months. I'm not actually written it all down, but you know, the idea is in my mind. So it's like a 3 or 4 months program whereby I stick to this format. So I kick off with a barbell lift, squat, bench, deadlift, LHP. Kick off with that, then incorporate that barbell lift into a circuit at the end. Okay. And I see it progressively getting heavier. So by the end, I should be knocking out some heavier weights on these barbell lifts. So the program is all about getting into, you know, starting low and getting high. But yeah, that wasn't easy. I wouldn't say that was easy. You know, there was difficulty involved there. So even if even if no particular moment was heavy, it was heavier than I've been doing, and it did accumulate, so I found it quite difficult. And as you saw, I had to take a step back on the clean and press, so I didn't simply breeze through it, which is all good, all good. Okay, so what are we on? Is it about 28 today? Something, I think it's 28. So the diet, you know, I did say sort of like about 3 weeks ago, you know, a big thing now is getting some body fat off, and it still is. So that's another part of this programming business. You know, you got to match your training to your eating. So at this moment in time, yeah, I don't want to be lifting the heaviest weights possible because I'm not eating for it. But you know, that won't last. It will, I will eventually start eating a bit more. I don't go overboard though. But yeah, you know, Christmas has definitely disrupted things on the diet front. But I'm trying to get back into it. I didn't do too bad. I would say that, you know, I would say it was moderately successful. You know, I was quite controlled. Just had a few drinks on Christmas Day. But obviously there's lots of turkey flying around. You know, you can't leave the turkey. Nobody else is going to eat it if it's not me. And turkey's good food. But the lighting here is terrible. You can't really see too much. Everything's glary, isn't it? I don't know if it's any better over here. Probably worse. But I don't think I've got any worse over a week or so. I don't know. Maybe I have. Maybe I have. But I still recognise that I'm too fluffy. You know, I'm not trying to be shredded up. I'm not trying to get, you know, maximum cuts or anything like that. Like, I'm not trying to be a stage bodybuilder. That's not the game. You know, it's just to be good and healthy. So I'm thinking that the sweet spot for me, I need to be well, lower than this anyway. This is still too heavy for me. Too fat, not too heavy, too fat. I don't really mind my weight. It's you know, how much of it is fat. So sometimes, you know. Actually, even now, I think at this stage of the game, I've got no interest in sort of like 200 plus pounds of body weight, even if it was really good. I don't know. I probably, you know. No, it's really, you know, if you know, 200 pounds of body weight at my age, at the, you know, this stage of the game, I would say, yeah, good. You know, it's laudable. It's nice. But I think you're venturing into compromising health for vanity. So for me, the sweet spot is, I don't know, somewhere in the 80 kilo range, you know, between 80 and 90. Yeah, and eventually I think that's probably going to be too heavy, but you know, it's what I'm willing to sacrifice. As I say, sweet spot is like, it's not, you're not trying to be perfect in any regard. It's sort of like getting various factors lined up pretty good. So decent body weight, between 80 and 90 kilos, decent amount of strength. So I'm squatting, you know, 100 kilos on the bar, repping it out for multiple sets, that sort of thing. Bench pressing 100 odd kilos maybe. Doing a load of cardiovascular work, conditioning, getting some running in, yeah, all that sort of thing. You know, getting it all up there. So basically, you know, if you think about it, you know, if you can picture it as sort of various dials on a machine, yeah. So none of the dials are switched to maximum. You know, so I'm not emphasising one over all the others. So just get a pretty good good level and a lot of dials. But I think to do that, you know, you are going to have to sort of like go up and down a bit. You know, move your efforts more into one area than another. You know, just keep. You know, just do a few weeks where you emphasise one aspect, a few weeks where you emphasise something else. But at this moment in time, I'm thinking pretty good all round, but now it's time to start thinking about barbell work. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Bye.